Dani Luv, kick it with Dani Luv. Healing one day at a time. Settle down, you'll be fine.
Welcome! Hey, you guys, welcome to episode 2 of Love and Laughter with Dani Luv. The name of this episode is called Laugh at You 5 Ways Laughter Helps with Grief. Yes, laughter will help you with grief. You know how people, the way I came up with this title is, you know how people say, look at you, and then you look at yourself, you'd be like, oh, look at me, I'm so fine, or whatever, because you're proud of your accomplishment, you're proud of your big booty, or whatever it is that you're proud of, something good. So I'm telling you, laugh at you, because when I say laugh at you, it's pretty much like look at yourself and laugh, because you need this whenever you're going through grief. So whenever grief decides to sneak up on a girl or a boy like a thief in the night, I just tell myself, laugh at you. Because the enemy or whatever will try to make you stop laughing. That's the purpose of grief. That's the purpose of depression, is to press you down and make you stop laughing. So you have to laugh, because the Bible says that laughter is like a medicine. So you want that medicine inside of you. And the only way you get it is by laughing. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But for the most part, it works. Yeah. So story time for me, what I laughed at me is the other day I was Ubering, and these dudes, they took forever to come out. Like, it took forever. I was about to cancel their order, but they finally came out right before I pressed the button. They finally came out. So when they came out, I looked at their destination and I just started laughing at me, because the destination was at the hospital where my brother transitioned. So I personally cannot go down Hoover without having a panic attack. I cannot go past the hospital without having a panic attack. I can't do none of that. So I laughed at myself, and it didn't work. It's like, okay, so this laughing is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to drive you guys, you late people, to where you want to go. So I straight up told the passengers, I don't care, because Uber don't pay that much sometimes, and sometimes you got to look at your mental health. So I straight up told them, look, my late brother is, we're gonna have to take a detour to your destination. I can't go down Hoover or past the stinking hospital, and you will have to make your destination. You will not make your destination if you ask me to take you that way. So they had a choice to either be late or make their destination late, or not make it, because I wasn't about to stress myself out. And yeah, you should be good with that, seeing that I waited 20 minutes for y'all to come outside, so yin and yang, quick flow cold. What did they do? They told me no. And I was like, oh, okay. And I had a 5-hour panic attack on Hoover and 12 Mile. And they ended up driving me home, and I let them borrow my car as long as they gas it up. They family now. So yeah, because I didn't I'm just playing. No, they didn't tell me no. I went the long way, and they put their seatbelts on, and they was quiet the whole ride. You would have thought I was a mama. Because I had to, because the day I tried to go past Hoover, and it didn't work. It did not work. Like, there's this thing that my therapist is trying on me, where she wants me to drive past the hospital, and it won't be as bad the more you do it. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm not doing for her. So yeah. So I put up my boundaries and I refused to have a 5-hour panic attack for $4.50. For $4.50. Right. They don't pay me enough to be triggered. Here's the thing. Let me tell y'all what grief does to the brain. Grief, it shrinks the hippocampus. If you don't know what the hippocampus is, it's the seahorse structure in the brain, temporal lobe. It's critical for converting short term memories into long term conscious memories and for spatial navigations. So it organizes, stores, and retrieves memories of facts, events, and locations, playing a key role in learning, spatial awareness, and memory consolidation. It also works closely with the amygdala and it helps process memories associated with strong emotions. The amygdala, it activates the amygdala, and the amygdala is a pair of almond-shaped subcortical brain structures within the limbic system that acts as the brain's smoke alarm. So it's primarily responsible for detecting, processing, and regulating emotions, especially fear, anxiety, and aggression, and orchestrating the fight, fight, or flee or freeze. It's called fight, flight, freeze, blah, 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 responds. The key function of the amygdala is emotional processing. It regulates emotions, including fear, anger, and pleasure, and it helps assign emotional value to stimuli. And it detects threats. In survival, it identifies threats and initiates immediate physical response, such as increased heart rate and adrenaline release. Maybe that's why sometimes I have the panic attacks, because I'm like, I'm trying to save myself. I'm trying to self-persevere, trying to do what I got to do to not lose it. So yeah, it also has memory formation. It plays a crucial role in consolidating, storing, and recalling emotional memories. Social and behavior adaptations. It influences social behaviors by analyzing cues and helping individuals adapt to their environments. And it's a stress response. It facilitates the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. So that's very important to know what grief does. It gives the amygdala and it bothers the amygdala, and the amygdala has a lot of things that it do to protect us. Grief will sometimes make it hard for us to protect ourselves because it actually does something with the chemicals in our brain. One thing that it did for me, it increased my cortisol level, and cortisol is like the an excess of the stress hormone. That's why I'm fluffy. It's not because I eat a lot, because I actually eat healthy. Like right now, I got this little salad thingy right here, and I got these little chia seed drinks, and you know, it looked like roaches inside of water. It looks rather nasty, but it's good for you. And I try my best to eat healthy. I'm not perfect. I had my moments. Yesterday was fall off day for sure. But for the most part, I try to eat healthy. And but that doesn't help because my stress levels are so high. Oh, let me see who we got. Amanda, hi. Huh? Yes, Malachi, husband. Yes, they are family now. Okay. Oh, what we talking about? We talking about grief, okay? We talking about grief, laugh at the grief, okay? We is talking about laughing at the grief and not letting the grief laugh at us. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to laugh at grief. You got to laugh at grief. So like when I have the yeah, I'm trying everything. I got the roaches in the water. I'm trying everything to lose this weight, and thank God I'm not like, because God loves everybody, no matter what size, shape you are. But just for me personally, I want to lose a little bit of fluffiness, you know, get my sexy back and then get pregnant and then get my sexy back again. It's a lot of work. But yeah, and I'm doing that by trying to help everybody with grief and everybody with learning about depression and stuff like that, because it makes you feel better once you name it. And when you say laugh at you, just laugh at yourself. Don't be bad. Don't feel bad that you feel bad. Laugh while you crying at yourself. Like, dang, this is so messed up. My life is falling apart. Look at God. Help. Like, do that because it makes you feel better. High level triggers symptoms such as when you have high cortisol, you get unexplained weight gain in the face, midsection, and between the shoulders. That's me. Unexplained high blood pressure, high blood sugar, my bad. I don't have that, thank God. Muscle weakness, thinning skin that bruises easily, severe fatigue, irritability, insomnia, brain fog, and depression. I hope this information is helping everyone so far. Laugh at your grief. Now, it's time for a new segment that I have created, you guys, and I hope you guys like it. It is called Grief is Ghetto. This segment is called Grief is Ghetto. I hope y'all like it. It's pretty much talking about how ghetto grief is. You know what I'm saying? And so let me get ghetto girl up in here to explain to y'all. We got a special guest. Let me get ghetto girl up in here to explain to y'all how grief is ghetto. So let me get her together and welcome to the segment of Grief is Ghetto. Grief is so ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Grief is ghetto. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. Well, before I tell y'all, let's define the word ghetto. Ghetto originated in the 16th century Venice, Italy. In 1516, and Venetian government ordered all the city's Jewish residents to live in a specific wall of section of the city, which we know was the hood. Okay. And that's where ghetto-ness started. Okay. They was being prejudiced against the Greeks, against the Jewish people. And then they ended up taking the ghetto to the hood, with us minority groups, and we was confined by poverty and prejudice. So now it's time for Grief is Ghetto. So let me give y'all a story time. So today I woke up in a puddle full of Kool-Aid tears, right? I cried so hard the night before that the sandwich bag with the Kool-Aid and the sugar got stuck on my face. I had to use black castor oil and soap to get the red stain out of my cheek. Needless to say, I have no rags and no soap. So, you know what I did? You know what I did? I broke into my neighbor's house and I got me some Irish Spring, the ghetto version of black soap. That's what I did. And after getting that black soap, I kind of found myself sitting on my neighbor's porch crying because I thought about my dead loved one. And because I'm going through grief, I was just sitting on the porch crying. It was then that I was apprehended by the police and taken to the homeless shelter. They thought I was a homeless. Stay tuned for the rest of the story on Grief is Ghetto. Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. But tell me if y'all liked it or not. Let's look at the comments. That was really stupid. Oh, Tiffany Mark, she said, "Oh, that sounds like me, child." Malachi is laughing. Got all facts. He just did. I'm glad y'all liked the episode of Grief is Ghetto. Yeah, Grief is Ghetto. I hope that made y'all laugh just a little bit. So I'm gonna get into the reason why I am actually here, because some people really are taking notes. Y'all really want to know 5 ways that laughter will help your grief. First way, laughter, it relieves stress in the body. So when you laugh, your body releases endorphins, natural feel good chemicals that can temporarily reduce physical tension and emotional heaviness that often comes with grief. So even though it may be temporary, sometimes it's good to just go, I felt good. And now let's see, the depression may come back, but it felt good for a good, let me see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm still good. I'm still good. See, so that works. Laughter do help. I'm still good. I'm still happy. I'm still ha ha. So if you at home or if you anywhere, we don't care because it's about your self-preservation. We don't care what people think of you. We don't care. So if you anywhere, if you at the grocery store, if you outside, if you at the nursing home, if you at the gym, if you at the strip club, wherever you at, just take a big breath inside and a huge laugh, and it'll make you feel better. I promise you. On a count of 3, let's do this. 1, and if you at work, then do it on the inside because I don't want you to get fired because I ain't got no money for you. 1, 2, 3. Don't have to be that over the top, but it made me feel better. Yeah, it was a crazy laugh, but it did its thing. Um Thing number 2 that it does, it gives the mind a break. Laughter creates a short mental pause, and it doesn't erase the grief, but it gives you a break and it helps your brain recover from emotional exhaustion. Man, ain't nothing like being sad all the time. You'd be tired. It's like you working a regular 9 to 5. You sad and you working a 9 to 5. So yeah, it does that. The third thing that it does, it reconnects you with others. Because often when we're sad, we isolate ourselves because of grief. So laughter, it helps us reconnect with others because sometimes we can make ourselves laugh, but sometimes other people laugh too. Like, so we can make other people laugh or they can make us laugh. Like, you can hang out with your family. Most Black folks got funny family members because we've been through a lot, because you know how we do. We gotta we gotta laugh at everything so that we don't lose our mind. It is a full-time job being sad. I wish I got paid for it, because if I did, I'd be a millionaire. I make a lot of money. But yeah, families, they can rebuild connections and remind you that you're not alone. So, laughter, you want to get around your family. If you don't have a family, laugh at that. Like, dang, everybody dead. It's just me. So I guess I'll take myself to the concert by myself. Also, friends. People have friends that are just like family, and you can make them into your family. Sometimes blood is not as good as water, because sometimes blood will jack you up or whatever. So just go do that. Go to a comedy show, come see Dani Luv or the Lovelies, or just, book us for a comedy show. And you can do that. If you want to do that, you can do that. Trying to find it. Yeah, you can go to like thelovelies.com and book us for a comedy show if you want to laugh. Yeah. Or you can read my book. It's called Love Hates Me. You can order that at lovelies.com and you can laugh at that. It's traumatic, but it's funny. Number 4, laughter, it helps process the experience. It can soften the painful topic so that it's easier for you to talk about it. Like if you laughing, like, yeah, I remember the time Shaniqua had punched me in the face and I wanted to punch her back, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because she ended up dying. I would have blamed myself for that. You know what I'm saying? No. Um, and number 5, it signals resilience. Moments of laughter usually means that the nervous system is beginning to regulate itself again. And it's a sign that the mind is adapting and that your life still has room for joy alongside the sadness. Sometimes it just got to be both. You just got to get up, laugh, do what you got to do, be sad and happy at the same time. But at least you're resilient. At least you're pushing through, doing what you got to do. Um, I hope these 5 things encouraged you guys. Let's go over them one more time. The reason that laughing helps with your grief, it relieves stress in the body, it gives the mind a break, it reconnects you with others, it helps process the experience, and it signals resilience. And that's where we want to get there. It takes a process to get to the resilient part, but laughing, it'll eventually get you to the resilient part. So yeah, that was quick. That's all I wanted to do. That's our time. The next time grief want to sneak its ugly face at you, just laugh at it. Laugh at it, ha ha ha. And make sure you subscribe, like, follow. This is my second episode of Love and Laughter with Dani Luv. I want you guys to tune in, share, like, subscribe, help somebody else. Comment if it helps you. Let me know. I really hope it helped you out a lot. This is my healing process. I used to be the type of person that helps other people, but I couldn't anymore when I went through my grief, and am going through my grief. I couldn't really help other people because of what I was going through. So now I'm trying to make myself laugh and get to that step number 5 where I'm more resilient and I'm getting back to business, handling my business, telling people about my book, which helps heal people from trauma, doing comedy, making people laugh, singing in church, praying, about to get back to working out, eating healthy, just trying to get to that resilient spot. Because for you to have gone through the grief that you've gone to and still be here, that is a testimony within itself. So just look at that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself how strong you are, how resilient you are, and thank God that you're still here. And just laugh at yourself. And always remember that God gave you your own fingerprint and your own purpose, and that you are here for a reason and you matter no matter what. Love you guys. See y'all next Monday at 1 o'clock. You have tuned in to Love and Laugh with Dani Luv.
You don't know what to do. Come and take a seat, my friend. Kick it with Dani Luv. Kick it with Dani Luv. Kick it with Dani Luv. Healing one day at a time. See, don't down. You'll be fine.